Oh yeah. It's the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
I can't do it. I can't fucking
Going
do it.
straight into the Randy Savage impressions right now. Jeez, I thought we were going to at least wait like a couple minutes before we introduce this.
Welcome to the Bad Reading Podcast, brother.
Welcome to the Bad Rating Podcast. My name is Atlas Novak.
I'm Dan Groh, filling in for Nick Kane today.
And with us, we have a very special guest. Please welcome...
Matt Duckett.
That is me. Hi.
Who does a better Randy Savage than me. So.
Well, you said
right,
brother
Hulk
is Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Shit.
You're going to be crucified. This podcast is
Yeah.
already going to be crucified by the IWC.
The closest you can get to being a ghost is listening to a podcast where the host is getting something wrong. Motherfucker, it's not that. You know.
Hey, look, I'm a guest host on today, so as soon as this is over, I can be out for life, and you'll never have to bring me back.
I mean, we're gonna bring you back when me or Nick is gone.
Shit.
Yeah, sorry, mate. You're kind of part of the pantheon now.
Ah, crap. Okay.
You're canon, bro. You're,
Yeah,
I'm officially Brawley status. Is that what's going on?
pretty much. Brawly, like from Pokemon, or
that's
no?
Dragon Ball.
God
Yeah.
damn it. Okay.
I don't even watch Dragon Ball. I know that shit, bro. Come on.
I wasn't allowed to watch Dragon Ball when I was a kid, so I had to do like the by osmosis.
What are you, Mormon?
What?
What? No, my mom was my mom threw out a TV in the 70s during Watergate, and then my dad had to sneak us TV, my sister and I. So I got like SpongeBob and stuff.
So that explains why you do comedy.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
weird. Usually it's the people who are attached to the television growing up that want to be in TV.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's one of the it's two of the extremes.
I mean, we had a TV, but it was like heavily discouraged, I guess you could say.
Gotcha.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Whereas it more like just like go play outside and enjoy your life as a rambunctious child, or was it?
Kind of, except I lived up the street from where OJ killed his wife, and there were no sidewalks and no other kids in the neighborhood. So where was I supposed to go? Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
That backyard, play with that fucking sick OJ statue he had back there, dude.
The glove does fit, though. So this podcast is about terrible fan fiction, and Mr. Duckett over there has chosen WWE
Yes,
as
absolutely.
his topic of choice. So how this is going to go is we are going to read the fan fiction story WFA High School freshman year.
Yes. Oh, yeah. This is great because wrestling fanfic goes one of two ways. It's either some type of retrospective thing like this is going to be, and I haven't seen this yet, so I'm excited. So it's either like putting the wrestlers in some environment that isn't the WWE, or it's just them fucking each other.
That's what I mostly came across in my
Yeah.
research.
I'll be honest, I picked this one solely for that element.
Yeah. Because of the other episodes that the guests or that the listeners have heard by now, I think about 3/4 of them have to do with fucking. So I tried to pick something that's not fucking.
Right. But that's
Yeah.
just the thing. People who really like stuff want to see the things that they like fuck each other as we become adults, because
So the now kiss thing just goes to its logical conclusion.
yeah, exactly,
Or-
100%, because we're adults and we fuck or want to fuck, and so we put that on to the things that we liked as kids because we're sick people.
Matt, did anyone ever tell you have pretty eyes?
Is this the bad reading fanfic that you're writing right now?
I'm thinking
man,
we
that's
do
gonna
that
be
for
a
like
fanfic,
an
Jesus.
April Fool's episode or something. That'd be fun.
Get meta on us.
So this comes to us on fanfiction.net by AshWrites99. We will put the link to it in the show notes because to give them A, credit, and B, it's not the only part of the story. There's two parts. That was one thing I came across in research, was that it was always like, all right, this is part 1 of 47.
Yep.
You know, I texted you yesterday about this. So like, wait, are we reading both chapters of this,
Nope,
or is it just the one?
Just the one chapter. That'll take up the hour. Fine.
Oh man.
And that's how it goes with. I was telling Atlas before that it's wrestling fanfic and Sonic the Hedgehog fanfic are the two I think most just aggressively long episodic, just way too into it fanfics out there. People
really?
like wrestling way too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wrestling's on Sonic the Hedgehog level.
It's up there, man.
Except
like,
Sonic the Hedgehog has furry elements to it.
So
too,
like, if I were to
it's
go on DeviantArt tonight, type in like Chris Jericho,
See-
I could find like 100 pages worth of just WWE material.
I would bet money on it. Maybe not so much on the artistic side, but certainly in the written fanfic
Yeah.
narrative component, it's up there in terms of volume.
I did not know that.
Yeah, people really want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin rim The Rock. It's just
that mental image, man. If I can find Jason Anthony Griffith, one of the first voice actors for Sonic the Hedgehog, for the Sonic the Hedgehog episode, I think my life will be complete.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we get into it?
Whoa, Knuckles. That's really deep.
Is it the
Just
whole
gotta go
hand
fast.
or one spike? Or
Come on, step it up.
All right.
You're too slow.
Fucking knew that was coming. All right. In a timeline far, far, very far away. I mean super far from ACW timeline. Hell, it's not even close to whatever the hell Curse of the Stormmaker is. Sorry. Let's get to the story. The narrator speaks.
Man, that was like just a paragraph of inside baseball. What the fuck? I'm pretty into wrestling. I don't know what the fuck AWC is. American Wrestling Championships? I don't know.
I don't know what any of this is.
that was 3 people who read that got that.
My question is, when it said the narrator speaks, are they talking about the narrator within the actual fan fiction, or are they talking about the actual commentator for the WWE event?
It's
Why
in-
do we need to know that there's a narrator going on when you can
Right.
see it on the page?
He's already narrating.
I think it's a narrator for the narrator.
Jesus.
Possibly.
God.
This is already off to a great start.
ACW Studios presents a Jason,
It's got a name.
a Jason Saber and ACW production. Battle of the Bands.
Oh boy.
When you hear me do that voice, that means it's in bold. So.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Just really slow and enunciated.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on.
Oh
Go
my
for it.
God.
Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on. Get paid, said the voice of Smash Mouth lead singer Steve Harwell through a Ulefone X. A large hand reaches over and grabs the phone before shutting off the alarm's ringtone. Braxton, wake up. You're going to be late for school.
Okay, I just want to stop right here, and this is so it's a phone alarm playing Smash Mouth.
Okay.
So I don't think that phones you could make your own ringtone for the alarm until like 2007. So this guy's already almost a decade out of date with All Star at his song.
I mean, you can do it. Like, the whole point is it doesn't have to be like whatever the new song is, right? Like,
I guess,
Maybe
but
the guy just really loves Shrek.
by 2007 we knew
Yeah.
that All Star by Smash Mouth wasn't actually a good song.
Yeah.
that was well
and it wasn't like
established.
ironically cool yet. That was like
Right.
about 5 years later. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
that I just had to point that. Please continue.
I
Okay.
really like Smash Mouth's All Star. I think it's a masterpiece.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry, buddy.
I just imagine him having it as your alarm, and then you just like go.
Yeah,
to
that's
hit
what he
snooze,
woke up
and
to
you're like,
this morning.
It's a masterpiece. Snooze.
I mean, all that glitter is in gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. Come on, that's poetic.
For the most part,
For Petaluma, certainly.
Okay.
You're going to be late for school. A mature female voice calls. Suddenly, a blanket of Satan is seen being thrown in the air as a large man sits up. He swings his legs off his bed and stands up to reveal his full 7-foot frame. I told you, Mother. Call me Azrael. He yells as he stands in tidy whities. Before driving a black leather jacket with spikes on the shoulder pads and black leather pants with studs going down the side. Azrael grabs his Darth Vader towel and steps out of the hallway before Azrael steps into the hallway. Okay.
Just some
Give me
bad grammar.
Give me a second. Yeah, Azrael's baby brother, Casey, was seen running past him. Azrael catches him by his hair. Let go, I have to have the bathroom, the child said. To hell with you. Today is the first day of my rise to dominance over the United States of America and eventually the world. I will shower first.
Okay. So what I think is going on here, Azrael is not, to my knowledge, is not an actual WWE wrestler.
Is this like a self-insert type
I
deal?
think this is his creator wrestler in his head from like the old games
Oh my god.
that he's just held on to, and now he's writing a fucking narrative about it because
that has a brother for some reason.
Yeah, I guess we could look it up, but yeah, Azrael is not anybody that I've heard of in at least recent from 99 to now.
Yeah.
Certainly not a guy named Azrael. So yeah, this guy put his fucking creator wrestler from SmackDown versus Raw 2006 into his fan fiction.
He's like, hey, man, that new song, Feel Good Inc. is the perfect soundtrack for creating my wrestler.
And made him a fucking nerd with the Darth Vader towel. It's like, this is your ultimate fantasy, and you're making him... But he probably thought it was cool that he had a Darth Vader towel. So.
I mean, sure. He's already writing fan fiction. I don't assume he's
his gauge on what's popular.
Yeah, exactly. You can't even conquer a map on Fortnite, Casey said. Only because my team is wheat sauce and all the other teams are cheaters, Azrael claims.
Oh my god. Just keep going.
Okay. Didn't that ace of everything guy kill you in 3 seconds, Casey said, before Azrael threw his 10-year-old brother into the wall. We do not speak of Jason Saber in this house. Also, stay off Fortnite. It is rated T for teen, Azrael said.
I thought aren't they supposed to be in teenagers because they're in high school right now?
I think Azrael's a teenager, but Casey's his kid brother.
Okay.
So he's 10, right?
Okay.
So far he's done an okay job of expositioning his age, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking a look, and there are wrestlers with the name Azrael. None of them are 7 feet tall.
None of them are 7 feet tall.
So it's either we've just got a guy, Azrael's just a name that people think is cool, and so they're putting it in wrestling, or one of these very unknown independent wrestlers by the name of Azrael is writing their own fanfic where they're 7 feet tall.
Maybe. I had a friend in college named Ash. The author's name is Ash Wrights. What if it's her? Oh my god. Shout out to Ash. Maybe it's you. Don't at me. Okay. All right. Let's see.
We were on Fortnite is rated T for teen.
Fortnite is rated T for teen. Before stepping into the bathroom and looking into the mirror. Today is going to be the beginning of the rest of my life. The start of high school. I will rule the stool. Azrael then picks up his toothpaste. What is this? This is Colgate. I only use Crest. Mother, what is the meaning of this travesty? Azrael screams from the bathroom. Colgate is good, too. Your favorite wrestler, John Cena, uses it. It is in his theme song. Is it?
Yeah. I'll brush your mouth like Colgate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It is in his... It is in his theme song.
And I stay under you fighting. Plus, I'm storming on you chumps like I'm thunder and lightning. It's
trivia.
Yeah. John Cena's rap career is pretty hysterical. Because that's how he started off in WWE. That he was a wankster basically.
Oh my god!
He would come out and he would freestyle on his opponents and things like that.
I'm thinking like Coach Z from Homestar Runner. Like nobody fucking watches Homestar Runner.
No, I don't know.
God, that is like 40% of my sense of humor. Flash cartoon site from the early 2000s.
But yeah, that John Cena was a heel and he was a rapper. He'd come out and do disses on people, and he got popular because. To be fair, for a 260-pound jacked white guy, John Cena was a pretty good rapper.
Okay.
And so that was his gimmick. And so then he started rapping his own theme songs.
Oh my god.
And so his current theme is the second edition of him rapping his theme song, and he has a whole album that like went gold.
Went gold.
Yeah, he has a whole rap album.
Oh my god. All right. It is in his theme song, said Azrael's mom.
Jeez, man.
My favorite wrestler is not John Cena, screams Azrael.
Sure, that's spot on for internet wrestling.
Yeah. So this is a line break, which means it is Dan's turn. Just at the top of the page.
Top of the page.
Yeah. I love how it wouldn't be a WWE fanfic without getting a John Cena diss in there.
Like everyone.
Hardcore wrestling fans hate John Cena because he just won everything for like a decade.
So is it like a normie thing?
So he's kind of like
he's Superman.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like the New England Patriots.
Exactly.
Of wrestling.
Yeah. People just can't fucking stand him because once he switched from heel to face, a bad guy to good guy.
Yeah.
He's just stayed good for 15 years now.
Yeah.
Winning everything. So, yeah, internet wrestling community, not.
And now he's an actor. You must hate him for that.
Oh, well, now we like it because now he just comes back every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like nostalgic for people.
Does he still wrestle these days, or is it kind of just like a?
He hasn't had a match in a while.
Okay.
I think it might have been.
Wasn't there like an interview where he was like, "I'm going to focus more on acting" or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's on hiatus right now for sure.
And then he's going to do that weird movie about the firefighter.
Yeah.
He's like a firefighter.
He's going through his rock phase where it's like, okay, just be in all these shitty
do
movies.
Do every single Disney family flick out of mankind.
Exactly. So eventually we'll be watching him save people from earthquakes.
Who was the first one to do that? Like Eddie Murphy, or like
The first one.
Wait,
the first one
from an earth.
No, the first one to do like every shitty Disney family movie for
Tim
a
Allen.
while. Tim Allen.
I think it's Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he did it like all of the Christmas movies, the
Yeah.
Santa Claus movies. He did like those are the only
And
things
now
I
he's
know,
a
but-
Republican. So
Tim Allen's
Wasn't he-
finisher, by the way, not very good. Not.
Oh man, he might break the chair when you smash it on his head,
Right.
but he'll be able to repair it on that next episode of Tool Time.
There you go.
Azrael walks out of his house where Malice is standing with his black JanSport backpack with various pins of Band Locos of it.
Yep.
Hey, Malice, give me 5, Azrael said before slamming the palm of his hand against Malice's forehead, sending him to the ground. You were supposed to put your hand up. Sorry, Lord, Malice said before standing up.
wait, so he's calling Azrael Lord.
Also,
Yep.
at this point, we also need to point out this is the start of freshman year of high school, and this child is 7 feet tall. What? This should be a basketball fanfic. This kid's
This is
got a
Shaq fanfic.
Yeah, this guy's got a one-way. He's already 7 feet tall, picking his brother up by his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's Diesel, man.
Or it's like a weird like backdoor crossover with Shaq Fu or something.
Yeah, exactly. If we get a Shaq cameo, which he has been in WWE stuff before.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. I should have like
Has
tried
he ever
to
done a rap
absorb
collab
it
with
more.
John Cena?
No, but the universe couldn't take it.
I mean, he lost to Aaron Carter, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
remember that?
That's right. Get it.
The 5 seconds Aaron Carter was famous.
Yeah. Oh, man. Na, 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 hey, 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 goodbye. Sorry, Lord, Malice said before standing up. He then looks at Azrael, noticing that he's wearing leather pants and a leather jacket with sandals.
What?
Are you really going to high school dressed like that? Oh, right. I forgot my sunglasses, Azrael said before reaching into his pocket and pulling out a pair of shades. No, I mean, you're dressed all in leather, and you don't even have a shirt on, Malice said. Malice, quit being a nerd. Everyone knows that leather is the most intimidating of materials. In order to seek dominance in the jungle known as high school, I must wear this to instill fear in anyone who thinks that they can knock me off my pedestal, Azrael explained.
what high school freshman is seeing a 7 foot tall kid? I bet I could kick his ass.
My best friend is Yami Yudi from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, man. Sorry. Azrael, my lord, as your friend. Assistant to the king, Azrael corrects.
What?
It's the same. You're referring to him in a feudal, like, supreme ruler status. It's the same. Whatever. Right. Don't you think that it's better if you don't assume that you're automatically entitled to being the big man on campus? Malice said. Why wouldn't I be? I'm 7 feet tall.
There it is. Okay. Yeah.
We got there.
Okay.
We finally got there.
Just for that one line. That's
Yeah.
why he's 7 feet tall.
I like how Malice is asking like understandable questions. Like, you think maybe you're not entitled to, stool, freshman? And then, of course, Azrael has the correct answer, which is, I'm 7 feet tall.
Also, again, Malice, not a wrestler, to my knowledge.
You know-
Where are the wrestlers? Where is the WWE wrestlers?
These sound more like anime character names than
These
anything
these
else,
all
honestly.
sound vaguely WWE. Like, I could see it being a thing.
Like, if you were to slap, like, an actual first name after most of these guys' names, like Azrael Ash or Malice Mike, then I would totally believe it. But just the actual, just singular words themselves, I can't buy it.
Oh, they're so into that now.
Oh,
in
really?
The WWE, yeah, they just give people like one name, and it's the worst. So there was a guy, Antonio Cesaro. He's now just Cesaro. There was Big E Langston. He's now just Big E.
like big letter E.
Yeah, big
Okay.
space
Yeah.
capital E. There was a guy, Mustafa Ali, and guess what his name was?
Ali.
They just fucking called him Ali.
Which is like,
You're gonna pick one of the names.
like pick Mustafa,
Yeah.
you know?
Ali. And they got such blowback that they actually, literally this week, they changed it back
To
Mustafa
Mustafa
Ali.
Ali.
He literally tweeted, "My name is Mustafa Ali." And then they just started calling him that on the show
That's
again.
really funny. That's
That's amazing.
I love when you can cyberbully a like IP into correcting itself.
Totally.
See also the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer.
Yeah, WWE doesn't like to listen to their fan base most of the time, but sometimes they just strong arm them hard enough that's like, all right, we gotta
When they realize they're going to be losing money in viewers, they have to change it.
Yeah. 100%.
Vote with your wallets, unionize.
Yeah, that was the whole reason that the Sonic the Hedgehog movie basically got revamped, because they knew they were going to lose all of that beautiful fan money.
I'm going to go see it. It's going to happen.
Not.
Look, it's Jim Carrey acting like 90s Jim Carrey. I'm in. Like, no.
Assistant to the king, as Will corrects. Right. Don't you think that it's better if you don't assume that you're automatically entitled to being the big man on campus? Malice said. Oh, wait. Sorry. I heard you can't teach that, Azriel said, before we cut to Azriel and Malice stepping in front of the high school. Freshman year, Malice states as he walks in with Azriel. This is the beginning of my destiny being fulfilled, Azriel said as they enter the high school. At that instant, Azriel stopped, and so did everyone in the hallway. Not at the sight of Azriel, but at the sound of his monologue. No, it can't be. My greatest rival. Who was Azriel talking about? Jason Saber, of course. He was talking to Talia Brooks as his best friend. Dietrich Cyrus is in the behind him.
What?
Is in the behind him?
In the behind. So
in
what?
The
just
behind
just
him.
Penis in butt, or what's the?
I think he meant to say is behind him, but he decided to add 3 more prepositions between those words.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if we made fun of grammar, we'd be here all day.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is very nitpicky.
Yeah.
Looking at his iWatch as he watches his best friend hit on Talia, a bit irritated, Azriel marches toward them. Azriel, this isn't the time, Malice said, chasing after Azriel. Shut up, Malice, said Azriel as he walked towards Jason Saber as everyone watches. As he walks, Azriel snatches a chicken sandwich out of Ray Kieran's hand and taking a bite. After that, me and Dietrich, Jason is mid-sentence before his best friend interrupts. Look out, giant nerd at 8 o'clock. Well, almost 8. It's actually 7:45, Dietrich said, pointing towards Azriel, who had finished the chicken sandwich before he finally got close to Jason.
This is too many. I'm sitting here in the studio with you, and I can't tell who is where.
Yeah, we've completely lost the space. Also,
there's a chicken sandwich somewhere?
Really?
A chicken sandwich.
We're so deep into this, and there's not a single WWE person involved.
Seriously? God damn.
There's not a single person.
None of these names
people
are
actual WWE members.
Yeah. So either he's really saving it for the end, because I thought this was going to be like wrestlers in high school.
That's what
I thought it was too.
You didn't look up anybody's name?
They sounded like it. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we might have stumbled across just a guy making his own fictional universe where this guy will eventually become a WWE wrestler.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're reading an origin story.
But it's only 2 chapters. I don't know how he's going to close the gap that fast.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, he was able to close that chicken sandwich quickly.
The chicken sandwich thing sounds like just like a TV show that takes place in high school, and the guy's like on a skateboard, and he like takes the guy's sandwich.
What kind of a serial killer is eating a chicken sandwich at
7:45
a.m.?
I don't know. Have you ever had those chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A on the biscuits, man? Those shit is delicious.
At 7:45 in the morning?
You would specify. They would specify.
Actually, yeah, you're okay.
Breakfast
Touché.
chicken. You know what I mean?
Touche.
Yeah.
This guy's got like a chicken parm at like 7:45 that he's wolfing down.
Oh God, saucy marinara in the morning. Jesus Christ.
That sounds like a shitty radio host. Saucy marinara in the morning coming at you. And I'm going to be playing Metallica all fucking day.
And I'm joined by my partner, Mozzarella. How are you doing today? Man.
Prego in the morning.
Oh, man. Hey, Double A, Average Azriel, what's up? Jason asked.
He's friends with the battery?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not average, Azriel said as Talia looks down at Azriel's leather pants. Below average from what I see. Talia laughs as Azriel then notices other people in the hallway begin to laugh in suit.
Fucking got him.
He's 7 feet tall. What does he care?
Why are they picking on the 7-foot-tall giant of all people?
In leather with no shirt on.
And sandals.
And sandals.
Oof.
Are they going to wrestle?
I'm trying to see if they're going to. Oof, dude, shouldn't have worn that tight leather, Jason said. This is the material out of the strongest warriors, Azrael shouts, and apparently the smallest. Jason Saber cracks, irritating Azrael. Malice! Azrael shouts. I'm right here, sir, Malice said. Find me something that makes my junk look huge, Azrael said. What is things I shouldn't say in public, Jason says, parodying Jeopardy.
What?
He's going for an Alex Trebek
And then
joke.
Malice is like his Woodhouse to his Archer? Is that like
I think?
Yeah, Malice is just
I think it's just like
a lackey?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Okay.
So
Weird,
we're
creepy
already
public.
seeing the beginnings of a Azrael wrestler and Malice manager / valet
Okay.
relationship
Yeah.
here. So
All right.
this is like he's the Paul Heyman to Azrael's Brock Lesnar.
Okay. I know Brock
I'm
Lesnar.
so sorry.
I know Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
So
that he's the manager.
Yeah,
The
Brock.
other guy's the manager.
And Paul Heyman is like this schlubby fat guy who walks into the ring with him and holds the belt and talks and
Okay.
and cuts Brock's promos for him because Brock is very bad at talking.
Oh man, I can only imagine the amount of hours he has to put in that sizzle reel. Jesus.
When they interview like wrestlers after a match, is it kind of like when they interview football players and the sentences are like not quite one thing and not quite another?
Well,
Or-
they don't interview guys too much after the matches. But the thing specifically with WWE is that, and it's a problem now. Before you would just get notes on what to talk about in your promos.
Mhm.
Now it's a script. They're literally reading word for word.
Oh wow.
As opposed to coming up with stuff themselves.
Mhm.
So instead of it being like a pro athlete who's just this very generic speak because their brain is still focused
Concussed,
on playing focused
Yeah.
on playing a sport, they're just reading these very cringy, generic lines. And wrestling is acting, but none of these people have taken acting classes, so they're not particularly good.
So so I'm thinking like porn actor level.
No, I feel like
It's
wrestlers
a
are
little
a
little
couple
bit
notches higher.
Yeah,
than
it's
porn.
higher than porn.
Somewhere between porn and trained thespians. or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, 'cause
it's
I mean-
a weird middle ground because it's like, all right, you're getting the emotion right, but
Yeah.
like you know what it is, their eyes are always just dead, no matter
Oh.
what they're doing. If they're even talking really intensely, they still have this very
It's the same like eye-opening
Yeah,
expression.
exactly.
It doesn't change. But everything else, like you can buy it from the voice
Yeah.
alone, but if you were to
Exactly.
try and pay attention to their facial expressions,
Yeah,
it's
but-
totally shot.
back in the day. When it was like The Rock, it was just like, all right, just talk about this, and then say whatever the hell else you want, and that's how people came up with their catchphrases and all that stuff. So it was a lot easier to be better at promos because you had to come up with the promo yourself as opposed to just reading lines.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, is that the reason why most like professional wrestlers wear the sunglasses in their promos?
Oh.
Because I know Hogan did that. I know Randy Savage did that. I know The Rock did it a little bit here and there.
From time to time, I would actually say most wrestlers didn't and don't do that. That's more of an aesthetic choice.
Okay.
But it would help. I would help
Yeah.
some people out if I didn't get to see that. Like it's clear, you can just see them thinking of their lines in their head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As
Interesting.
opposed to delivering the promo.
Hmm.
But I digress.
Okay.
I mean, like as a comic, isn't like Matt, when you write your jokes, is it like word for word for you, or do you have like just bullet points?
It depends on the joke. Sometimes there's like specific phrases or language that you need to get down. I'll write like a transcript that's, quote unquote word for word, but I'll never follow that to a T.
Same. Yeah. I always have like my notebook full of bullet points, and then like I have like a master document on my computer.
Sure.
Then you like move it over. Like after you listen to yourself like 8 times, you're like, okay, this worked, this didn't, and then
For sure.
never follow it again.
Yep.
See, the way I do it when I approach my writing for my jokes is that like I will be writing out the transcript over and over and over again, but I'll be constantly like crossing it out, rewriting it every time I like test out the new material and see how exactly the way I phrased it, the exact delivery of it, all of that, just instantly, constantly proofreading and editing every single moment I do this on stage, and it works out for me in a certain way. But
I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
probably better for you guys than me because I had to start a podcast to try and get anywhere. So
Trust me, I'm just as I'm not good.
we're all terrible.
I don't know. Matt's got a good gig in Santa Barbara tonight, so.
Hey, look at me.
Well,
look
okay,
at
when
you.
they hear this, it'll be a month ago.
But who knows? He might get another one.
Maybe. Who
Maybe.
knows?
Ooh.
Anyways, 1,000 points for Saber, Dietrich plays along as Azrael grits his teeth. Enough about my perfectly adequate man parts. I refuse to let you top me in high school. I hereby declare war on you, Azrael said.
I think if you say I declare war on you in high school and it's not part of a history report, you lost high school.
Yeah. We're an hour into high school, and this kid is 7 feet tall, and he's already the least popular kid. That's impressive.
Oh, man. Whatever floats your boat. Now, if you don't mind, I'm trying to kick off the new year the right way, Jason said, motioning to Talia. Sorry, I thought that said monitoring. I refuse to be ignored for a plastic tramp like this woman. You and I shall battle to the death right now, Azrael said. Did you just call me a tramp? I'm pretty classy, Talia said, causing Jason, Azrael, Dietrich, and Malice to all look at one another, not believing what they just heard. I will ignore her stupidity in favor of beating you up, Azrael said. Dude, you don't want this fight, Saber warns. Yes, I do. I must prove that I am the king of this jungle, like Scar in The Lion King, Azrael said. Scar got beat up by Simba, Jason said. I didn't see that part. I got to the part...
That's legitimately funny.
Just the...
That's legit.
I quit watching before the climax.
Yeah.
It's just I couldn't handle
Who
it.
gets halfway through the Lion King?
Wait, this... I didn't see that part. I got to the part where Scar killed Mufasa and turned it off. No point watching the rest after the protagonist won, Azrael said.
Oh my god.
Scar wasn't the hero of the story, Azrael, Jason Saber said, stunned by that comment. You're lucky that you're pretty, because you clearly have no brains, Azrael said. Haven't I scored higher than you in every subject, Jason mentions? That's it. Time to feel the despair of King Azrael.
How would she have scored higher than him in every subject when we're in the first day of high school?
I don't know.
Maybe they all had to take entrance exams,
or maybe they were probably
grades.
just referencing middle school, but
which
sure.
That doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
it's so like
at this point, this isn't even just a wrestling fanfic. This is just a high school
cool
fanfic that we're shitting on.
I mean, sure.
God, man.
I bet it looks like we might get some actual fighting in a second.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Somebody throw a punch.
I need to get to a powerbomb on this, man.
I know,
Jesus. Right? Azrael yells before hearing a whistle. He stops as Asher Dharma appears in a blue polo shirt with a sticker on it that's in the shape of a badge. We will be having none of the fighting in the school of the high caliber. God damn it!
Fuck!
Asher Dharma said. Who are you? Jason Saber asked. I'm Asher Dharma, the monitor of the halls. He introduces himself before shaking Jason's hand, then the hand of Dietrich, then Azrael, then Talia, then Malice, all of whom look confused.
Glad we got that in there. That everyone got their hands shook.
Got a network as a hall monitor. Got to have that upward mobility.
Jesus fucking.
Also, what is the shape of a badge? A badge can look like anything.
I'm assuming he means like a police badge.
Oh,
or
like
something.
that kind of shield shape?
Like the shield with like the 3 horns of the devil on top, you know?
Sure.
I don't know. That's how
I also like how he says monitor of halls like it's a boss fight.
Yeah. I am monitor of halls.
Fear me.
Oh my gosh.
Dark Souls 4 seems terrible.
Oh God, get the Atmos flask. That is exactly what I said. Anyways, wait, what the fuck? You mean hall monitor, Dietrich chimes in. That is exactly what I said. Anyways, we should all be friends, because friendship is what makes the world go round, Asher said. I will never be friends with someone like him. Also, the world does not spin because of friendship. Read a book, you dork, Azrael said. Okay, then, we still can't be fighting, so I'd like to propose something that will allow you to vent your stress in a productive manner.
But they've stopped fighting.
I mean, they still got all the emotions pent up inside them. They got to let it out in some level of aggression, you know?
This reminds me of those people who don't, can I borrow a chair? And you go, yeah, sure. And they're like, I want to borrow this chair because I already said yes.
Like,
Just
you don't need to justify it. I've given you permission. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Okay. Asher said before handing both of them a poster. What? I'm just finishing the sentence.
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah. Sorry. That was not an interjection to jump over this. That was not a thought. That was just what I read on the page.
Gotcha. Sorry.
It's okay. Battle of the Bands, Jason said. Yes, in 2 weeks, the school will be hosting a Battle of the Bands.
I thought he was going to say wrestling. I thought we were finally, hey, there's a way you can fight without actually fighting.
Maybe they fight with the power of music,
Oh, my fuck. This
This is so bad.
There has been one reference to wrestling, and it was John Cena said Colgate in his song.
If it's any consolation, we're not even halfway through this yet.
Oh
my
my
God.
God. Fuck us.
Yes, in 2 weeks' time, this school will be hosting a battle of the bands. You two should form bands and compete, Asher Dharma said. What does the winner get? Azrael said. Pride, Asher Dharma said.
Fuck off.
I have no interest in that, Jason Saber said. Jason Saber's got some good priorities. Okay. They'll also be giving $200 to every member of the band, Asher said. I'm in, both Azrael and Jason said at the same time. Great. Now go your separate ways peacefully, Asher said. Yes, peacefully, Azrael said before taking one step back. Psych! Azrael lifts up his leg, going for a surprise big boot before a loud rip is heard. Jason Saber cringes as laughter is heard through the hall. Malice! Get the sewing kit! Azrael shouts as he tries to cover the massive hole exposing his rear end. There is no sewing kit, Malice replies. Steal one from Home Economics! Azrael screams as the laughter has not died down. Oh,
My God.
I just want to point out, because I wanted to cheat a little bit.
Yeah.
I looked up Battle of the Bands wrestling fanfic.
Yeah.
There's multiple Battle of the Bands wrestling fanfic.
oh
my
God.
There's multiple people who have written
Some
Battle
kind
of the Bands related fanfics
Fanfics.
involving wrestling.
But the question is it like, well...
Well,
Is
this
it
one has
real
Rey
wrest-
Mysterio, so
Okay,
this
so
one's
this one's
clearly going to be
legit.
better.
I like how the point is to have terrible fan fiction, and it's so terrible the bottom has fallen out,
Oh, yeah.
and Matt Duckett is looking
Look
up
up
other
other
fan
I'm trying to...
Just to try and find something that has legit references to the subject matter we're trying
It
to
said
discuss.
a wrestling fanfic at the start, and this
Yeah.
guy has literally just
There's
said
nothing.
John
John Cena
Cena
once.
and leather clothing.
And every time there has been some level of a fight, we've just been blue-balled
Yeah.
by
Oh
the
my
hall
God.
monitor, by fucking Azrael's pants.
If someone,
Every time.
if someone doesn't hit a rock bottom soon, holy shit.
Oh my
I feel
God.
kind of bad for blue balling you, but it's also really, really funny. So, like,
Oh, God. Please, Azrael,
just-
do something.
all right. A couple
Throw a
days
power
later,
bomb.
during lunch period, Jason Saber, Dietrich Cyrus Dinero, Freddie Escobar Dinero, there's two of them, CJ Hawk, and Natalia Rodriguez sit at a lunch table. Who are these people?
Are they friends, fans? I
Are
don't...
they
What,
like
did they? What were the Guerreros' names?
Dietrich Cyrus Guerrero and Freddie?
Wait, we knew who Dietrich Cyrus was. We didn't get a Guerrero there in the first name, in the last name there, in the beginning when we were introduced to him.
I'm literally just reading it off the page.
Those aren't real wrestlers. The last name is a reference to wrestling. The Guerreros are a very esteemed, famous wrestling family.
Oh.
Okay.
So they're paying homage with their fictional characters by giving them the last name Guerrero.
Are
Like,
they just
it's-
afraid of getting hit by a third-party lawsuit? Is that what's going on right here?
But fan fiction is fair use. That's why I'm doing this. But,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh my God.
I guess the author didn't get the memo.
All right, and then of course they set the scene with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 people at this table. So we have to keep track of 6 people in this entire
God.
scene. Jason, I don't know how to play any instruments, Freddie Escobar says. You used to play the clarinet, Dietrich mentions. I need a rock star, not Squidward, Jason said. Why are you taking this so seriously, man? It's just Azrael, Dietrich said. I need the money, man, Jason replies.
there was no mention of money before
No,
any
there-
of this.
what-
They said $200.
They said
Oh,
they
they
said no. I thought they just said pride. I didn't hear the $200 line.
It was immediately after. It was like Pride, also $200.
Okay.
Oh.
We were just cringing at the pride part
Yeah.
too hard. Okay.
The smart money is on us winning, and you guys have me in your hand, so his band has to suck, CJ Hawk said. Hawk, how much money did you bet on us? Dietrich asked. So CJ's like a bookie, I guess? Sure. None. I would get no money if I bet on us. It's that lopsided, CJ said. Well, it doesn't matter who wins. All that matters is that we help spread school spirit, Natalia said, causing all the guys to look at her. Natalia isn't allowed in the band, Freddie said. Natalia, you can't play with us.
You can't play with us. Fuck you and your optimism. Oh, school spirit? No, this is about finances and pride. Wait, school spirit is about having school pride. Why? They should get Natalia in the band.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Have her play the tambourine or something like every Hanna-Barbera cartoon ever.
God.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, Daphne, Josie and the Pussycats, the people from Jam Jars, the Shark Show.
I rest my case.
Wow.
Hey, that's my girl you're talking about, Dietrich said, punching Freddie in the arm. It's okay. I'm busy helping out planning the event. It's going to be really cool, guys. We're going to have a celebrity guest, Natalia said. I'm glad Pepe from the Block is finally getting recognition, CJ Hawk said with a smile. No, CJ, someone better. We're getting Chris Jericho from Fozzy, Natalia said.
I'm going... They didn't say Chris Jericho, the esteemed wrestler, most Intercontinental Championships of any wrestler ever, superstar, Stone Cold Lock Hall of Famer. They said Chris Jericho, the guy who has a shitty band. Fozzy is his band.
Oh, my God. That's like being like, hey, man, I got John Paul Jones from Them Crooked Vultures.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's like I got Conan O'Brien from Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Holy shit, he was in a band?
No, he was in the video game Death Stranding.
Oh, my God, that's amazing. Oh, I thought Death Stranding was a band or something.
You don't know about Death Stranding? Oh, that's...
No.
Well,
that game looks like a fanfic of something.
It's the fanfic of everything that goes on in Kojima's mind.
Exactly.
That's what that is.
100%. Is this some kind of Bizarro episode? Usually I'm the nerd who knows all the stuff, and I'm the one who knows nothing this episode.
You're dragging... You're dragging us through this fucking disaster space.
I think it's just shut down every sort of knowledge we have as nerds right now because we've just been so taken aback by this bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but we have the promise of a wrestler showing up at some point.
So Chris Jericho from Fozzy. Chris Jericho is a Muppet, CJ Hawks. Said confused.
Okay.
No,
Chris Jericho has a band named Fozzy, Jason Saber explains.
Oh, okay.
What?
Okay, Fozzie Bear. I got you.
Oh.
That's where they were going with that.
Yeah. I thought it was like an insult, like he's a fucking Muppet. Like,
yeah.
He's playing here the day before the Battle of the Bands.
He's playing out of high school.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Maybe it's the town they live in or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was the high school, it would still make sense given the prestige of that band.
It's the biggest concert venue in 300 miles. You know?
From LA to Mammoth. Principal Pantera pulled some strings and got him to show up. Isn't that cool, guys? Natalia explains. Chris Jericho.
Wait, Pantera the band? Or is Pantera also a wrestler?
No, he's...
That's the name of the principal.
Yeah.
But the principal's name is Pantera.
Yeah.
After what I'm assuming to be the band, the metal band Pantera.
I assume so, too.
Holy shit.
My name is Chris Damage Plan Pantera.
Is this supposed to be a wrestling fanfic or a band fanfic now? Or is it a fanfic based off the rap and music careers of all wrestlers?
Right. This is a hodgepodge, man. I'm assuming that we're gonna get some Azrael Jericho action at some point.
Yeah.
I hope.
But they're making us wait.
Yeah. Chris Jericho, Jason ponders, which Dietrich notices. I don't like the look on your face, Dietrich said.
Wait, his name is Derek Dietrich?
It's spelled D-E-T-R-A-C.
Derek.
I was saying Dietrich.
Derek Dietrich is a second baseman for the Reds.
Are you serious?
And now we know where they're from.
We have
Cincinnati.
Yeah, we have nearly as many baseball references as wrestling references.
Oh my god!
In this wrestling fanfic.
I think this guy's just combining his love of all of his loves into one mess.
We really know who this Ash guy is.
I think he just went with wrestling because he knew it would have the biggest draw.
Right, exactly.
The biggest amount of viewers.
Oh, so he's trying to do it as like a general, it'll draw people
He
in.
just used wrestling for search engine optimization purposes. That was it.
This guy knows his SEOs, man.
I mean, last week we had Mario ending up in Hyrule, so that was already a crossover, but now we have WWE and fucking baseball. That's like
Derek. And by the way, he's not good. He's like a replacement level player. And he's got to get that sick Dietrich reference.
Yeah, man. I want to reference backyard baseball. Who are you picking? Jorge Garcia. What? No.
Pablo
Sanchez or nothing. Yeah.
Pablo Sanchez or bust, man. Most busted character.
Don't shit on my boy Mikey Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That guy had a fucking cannon for an arm. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Listen, our band may be the favorite when it comes to betting, but I know a way to make sure we win that money. Jason grins. my God. It's your turn again.
Okay, Jason grins.
Jason grins,
All right.
and then, yeah.
Meanwhile, Azriel and Malice are behind the gym, where they spot Jesus Garcia and Rey Aguayo.
All right, can I just point out at this point, every single person has been Latin American.
Nothing wrong with representation.
Nothing
man.
wrong.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. But I just would like to point out,
Yeah. Oh shit!
And they're in
you're right.
Cincinnati?
every single person has been Latinx.
That's
Nothing wrong with that. But
yeah.
I didn't
You think
even
it's a? You think
Oh
it's-
my god! Oh,
Think a
wait,
white guy
shit.
wrote this?
I hope so, because these next few lines are gonna make me laugh. Okay, where they Azriel tries to give them the sup nod. He then nudges Malice. Malice rubs his shoulder before doing the same sup nod. Rey and Jesus look at each other, embarrassed and disgusted. Mira a este idiota. Rey Aguayo said, "Hey, you don't do that here." Jesus said, "Way to go, Malice. You made me look uncool. You were too slow when doing it. It made it awkward. This better not affect my standing in the Hispanic community, or I will destroy you."
Oh God. Well, none of us are getting SNL after this.
Oh, man. Yep, we are all Shane Gillis for reading this shit. Jesus.
it's not like we wrote it.
That's true. Sorry, Lord, Malice sighs, even though he wasn't the uncool one. "So you guys are here to see the Queen?" Rey asked. "Yes," Azriel said. "They're in the AV club room," Rey reveals. "Then why are you guys standing behind the gymnasium?" an outraged Azriel asks. "Because Sophia thought it would be funny to make dumbass fools like you walk all the way back inside the school," Rey explains. "Well, Chico, you really made Malice look like a dumbass fool. You got him," Azriel said, trying to shift the mockery over to Malice. Malice just sighs. "Start walking, you dumbass fool." "What am I doing with my life?" Malice says under his breath as Azriel and him walk away.
Who are these people?
Nothing has happened.
All there was just
We got a promise of the Battle of the Bands, and now we're just floating in this high school.
we're in a high school. We got the Hispanic
Just like
community.
real high school, nothing happens.
Yeah, this mid-aughts Cincinnati high school.
Yeah. Well, wait. They mentioned Fortnite, so
Oh, right.
yeah. So it's now, and he has an Apple Watch. Fuck, where are we?
What time period are we in? That's what I
Holy
wanna know.
hell.
All right. Malice and Azriel enter the AV room. The room is very dim. Soon, a gun is pointed at the heads of Malice and Azriel.
What the fuck?
Malice looks over to see Phoenix. The band? Okay. While Sophia is seen pointing a gun at Azriel. Well, at least his back. His 7-foot-tall back.
What?
They wrote that.
Yeah, I know.
There is a weird reference to school shooting in this fanfic. That's where my brain is going in this
Of course,
direction.
yeah.
It's kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna lie.
Usually you don't have standoffs. It's like a spree, isn't it?
Yeah,
kind of racist of the writer to make all these characters Latino and
don't
then just
have
have them
guns.
fucking walk around with guns in a high school.
You can have Malice, just don't shoot me. I have yet to rule the
He
world.
just sells out his fucking friend.
Azriel pleads as Sophia presses the gun to his back. How did you guys get guns into the school? Malice asked. See, asking
Yeah.
the right questions. Don't ask questions, Sophia said. It ruins the fun.
what?
So this isn't even like a grudge. This is just for kicks.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
It ruins the fun of having guns.
oh.
That's
If you
r-
told me before we started this if there would be guns drawn before wrestling, I would have taken the wrestling.
He was so happy. He's like, this is going to be great. And then we get in here. I could just see you becoming more and more pissed off as this
Yeah.
goes on.
This
But
is
that's
just-
kind of the point.
Yeah, this
I mean,
is
this
descent
is-
into madness.
This is definitely the worst. One of the worst fanfics I've read in my life.
and you missed the 3 episodes in between the Seinfeld one and this one.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
keep reading.
This That's right. That's why you should let me go and shoot him. I am super fun, Azriel said. Lord. Malice narrows his eyes toward the 7-footer that's about 1.5 feet taller than Sophia. I won't shoot, and neither will he. If you have the entry fee to see the Queen, Sophia said, holding out her hand.
the queen.
I think that was
But
that's a reference to Talia. I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let me check. The king's royal bank account. He has an unnecessary comment. Let me check, comma. The king's royal bank account, Azrael said, before looking at Malice.
There's so much that he's asking us just to be on board with without explaining it.
Yeah.
All right, there's a queen and a king, so now we've gone into Disney's recess territory.
Yeah.
But then, of course, we want to just harken back to the days of 2008 when the banks almost fell apart on themselves by mentioning a checking account or some shit.
And there's guns.
and there's guns.
Azrael said before looking at Malice, how much money is in your wallet? Okay. A Capital One commercial now. I have $20 and a nickel, Malice said. Give it to her, Azrael demands. But I don't have time for buts. I wish to live, and if that means me losing all the money in my funds, so be it, Azrael said loudly. It's my funds, Malice said under his breath before taking his wallet and handing Sophia the 20 and the nickel. Sophia...
Who keeps change in their wallet?
Where do you keep your change?
I don't walk around with change. I'm not a serial killer.
Touche. I keep it in that little tiny pocket on the right one of your jeans that you like. There's your pocket and then there's the mini pocket.
Uh-huh.
I keep it in there.
I used to have something like that, and then it made my wallet explode.
Yeah, it's
because I put too many pennies in there.
Oh, like literally explode.
It literally burst open by the seams and just fell everywhere, man. It was like it was raining Lincoln. That's what was going on there.
Raining Lincoln should be the title of your comedy album.
That.
Not a bad idea?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Raining Lincoln,
Raining
also
Lincoln.
a good name of a wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raining Lincoln, also night at the fucking Ford's Theater. Okay.
Oh fuck. That's a Wilkes Booth joke.
History memes for the win. Okay. Give them 20 the nickel. Sophia and Phoenix put their guns down. Sophia then points at a single table with a spotlight on it. There sits the queen herself, Alexis Espinosa. She sits there with her hands clasped together as Azrael approaches with Malice. 2 chairs are right there. Azrael sits down in one, but then Malice tries to pull his chair out to sit in it. Azrael grabs it, stopping the chair. You don't get to sit after your pathetic display back there. You give in so easily, Azrael said, causing Malice to sigh again. What an embarrassment. So why are you here, Azrael? Alexis asked. 2 reasons. 1, I'm betting $200 on my band is the winner of the Battle of the Bands, Azrael claims. Sir, we don't have the money, Malice said. Of course we do, especially when we win the $200 prize and we double, or especially even triple, our profit, Azrael.
Wait, that's not how... Wait, he's betting the money he doesn't have, and he's also trying to bet the potential winnings he's getting?
I guess so.
This is a confusing approach to gambling.
I'm going to be sad if this turns out to be some kind of allegory for a gambling addiction. Like, that's what they were setting up this whole time.
I don't think they're setting anything up. I think we're kind of just moving from point to point of what this guy wants to talk about.
Good times, terrible
I feel like
fiction.
I'm having a conversation with a homeless man on a bus at this point.
I'm not going to lie to you. That's
Man,
a
he
hell
was-
of a piece of real estate.
I went to high school with a guy named Azrael, 7 foot tall, wore a leather jacket, nothing else. Had a buddy named Malice he rolled with. Oh, he had $20 and a nickel in his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
So one time, Azrael and I, we were walking down, going to class, went to the AV room, and Sophia pulled a gun on her. Now, Sophia had a friend who was the queen. The queen needed the money so you could talk to the queen.
So we bet the money that he didn't have.
Anyway, you got a fucking sandwich or something, man? You got a chicken sandwich. Like a Parmesan or something.
Need to talk to my girl Talia, man. She messing with my buddy Dietrich Cyrus Guerrero.
Or some Colgate. I know John Cena likes it.
So everybody at this school was Latino.
Oh my god.
I'm crying. I'm literally crying.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I'll have Sophia put that down, Alexis said. So what's the second thing? How would you like to be the queen of the future king of despair? Azrael asked, raising both his eyebrows up and down multiple times. That's for the YouTube people. I said no. Every year you've asked me that, Azrael. I have the same answer this year, Alexis said, rolling her eyes. Is it because you're intimidated by my sex appeal and worried that I would cheat on you? Because I totally would have 7 side pieces, Azrael said.
What? Okay.
Fine. No, it's because you're unremarkable in everything, Alexis said. Are you talking about me or Malice? Azrael asked. Both. Anyways, thanks for your money. You can get out now, Alexis said, annoyed. Wait, I need some advice on how I can win the Battle of the Bands, Azriel said. Force the judges to vote in your favor, Alexis suggests. Ooh, cold-blooded. Brilliant.
Yeah, I'll bribe them with the $20 and nickel in my pocket. Yeah, that's how I'll do it.
Brilliant, but which judge? Azriel asked, causing Alexis to smile, a bit amused. How familiar are you with Fuzzy? Alexis asked. I prefer Sesame Street, Azriel replied. Okay, how familiar are you with Chris Jericho? Asked Alexis. Very familiar. I loved it when he punched down Shawn Michaels' wife, Azriel said. So that's 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
3
We've got-
wrestling references.
Yeah, so that was an angle where Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels were feuding, and Chris Jericho went super heel and clocked Shawn Michaels' wife.
Oh.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
WWE has no shame. They will rope. When I was really into wrestling as a kid, one of the biggest storylines that was going on when I was in middle school was it turned out that Rey Mysterio's son Dominic was actually Eddie Guerrero's kid, and so they had a match, Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, and it was a custody papers on a ladder match. So they had so the objective of the match was to climb a ladder where a briefcase with custody papers hung from the rafters, and whoever grabbed the custody papers got the kid.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
As a child of divorce, that legitimately makes me sad. My parents spent 8 years in divorce court, and holy shit.
Oh
that's,
my God.
Yeah.
Slightly less ridiculous than Papers on a Ladder.
Yeah,
That is horrible.
No shame in the storylines. So yeah, a wife getting clocked in the face.
That's
Yeah.
child's play
Exactly.
comparatively.
Exactly. We've got a cuck storyline going on right now. It's crazy. It's madness.
What sucks is that we're getting close to the end here.
Oh,
So Dan, you and I are just going to do one more each.
Okay.
Just do that
okay.
one at the top.
Put
and
that one
then
on top.
I'll
and
do
then-
the one after.
All right. We cut to Jason Saber walking to a decent-sized house where there's a few kids playing. An elderly lady sits in a rocking chair watching them all play. Jason, how'd it go? Okay, so this is after the Battle of the Bands actually happened.
Which we have to skip because we're running out of time.
Fuck, man. That's the
Yeah.
climax, though.
Well, I mean, he didn't want to watch all of Lion King, so neither does everybody else.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
The lady said as Jason, how did it go? The lady said as Jason leans over so she can kiss his cheek. We won, Jason said before holding up the check for $200. He hands it to her. Jason, you don't have to. You earned this for yourself, the old lady said. Mrs. Rosalinda, I didn't do the Battle of the Bands for myself. I did it for us, for the kids, Jason said, looking over at the 3 boys and 2 girls kicking a soccer ball back and forth. This has been my home since my parents died. I'll never not give it back to you in this place.
Whose kids are those? His.
They're orphans. It's an orphanage.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, it's his orphanage. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
$200 is going to save this orphanage.
Oh, he's on a mission from God.
All right, so we've got cell phones, we've got Smash Mouth, and we've got $200 saving an entire institution. So we don't know if this is taking place in 1999, 2008, or 1910.
1945.
What the fuck?
You're growing up to be a respectable young man, Rosalinda said before Raina exited the house. In what world is he respectable? Raina said.
He just saved the fucking orphanage with $200. You be nice to him.
Oh, we probably missed the huge element where Jason was actually a piece of shit.
Sure.
That's my guess. How's the being half naked job going again? Jason teased. I work at Hooters, Jason, she said, hitting Jason in the arm. You guys should really consider behaving better in front of the young ones. Rosalinda, that's what it said. Rosalinda, not Rosalinda.
What, it's spelled differently or
Spelled
something?
differently, yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Said looking at the 5 children watching the teenagers fight. Nope. They both said at the same time.
Oh, my God. All right. Chris Jericho sits in his tour bus.
We finally got a wrestler!
He's here. We finally
got it!
break the walls down. Baby, I'm your Judas and I'm your priest. Here we go. We got one.
Breaking the law. Bus annoyed as he goes through his voice. Chris, it is I, Azrael, future king of despair and ruler of planet Earth, possibly Mars if I'm bored. Anyway, I think you should reverse the decision. This message has been deleted, says the phone as Jericho presses delete. Hey, you haven't called back. I was wondering if you'd like to get together for coffee. Malice will pay, and we can discuss on how to destroy Jason's... This message has been deleted, says the phone as Jericho presses delete. Hey, Chris, it's me. Can I be on your podcast? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has a podcast. It's pretty good.
Hey, Chris, it's me. Can I be on your podcast? This message has been deleted, says the phone as Jericho presses delete. Hey, it's your future god Azrael. I just heard all of Fozzie's discography. I downloaded it for free, and I still want a refund. Jericho groans, fade to black. So
we got literally no wrestling.
We got no wrestling, no Battle of the Bands, although granted, we had to skip a middle chunk of this because...
And we literally got Chris Jericho saying
do you mind if
nothing.
I take a look at it, Alice, just to see if there's any sort of brawling?
We will put the link to the story in the show notes if you want to go look at it for yourself, because it is a gargle mesh of terrible grammar and tense.
So did you read this whole thing before?
Parts of it. I'll be honest, I scanned this for just keywords.
So nobody checked to see if anybody was a wrestler or if there was wrestling in the fanfic on an episode dedicated.
I saw Chris Jericho and I was like, okay. I was like, that's literally my brain. I was like, oh, Chris Jericho. Okay, cool. The rest of these guys are probably
everything
wrestlers.
sounded vaguely wrestling related.
And I saw John Cena.
Also, part of it was the point of this podcast is to piss you off as much as possible.
Right.
Which we've
completed.
I feel like
done.
But I feel like you cheated. I feel like you cheated. Because
I don't call it as much cheating as much as I call it procrastination.
Holy shit.
Both, yeah, because I am a nothing.
I will never look at a chicken sandwich the same way again after this.
Drives by Popeyes,
just cry.
Well, why? Just because there's a
spiral into a rage.
There's a song portion where somebody's getting Old Town Road. There's an instrumental of Old Town Road going on right now.
This timeline could not be more jumbled.
Wait, I'm gonna try and say, I'm gonna choke Jason in a hotel room, gonna kill him till I can't kill him. I don't know. Wait.
Is it like to the tune of it, or
I'm gonna choke Jason in a hotel room, gonna kill him till I can't kill him more. I'm gonna choke Jason in a hotel room, gonna kill him till I ain't kill no more.
Yeah.
Gonna jump him from the back. That booty gonna get smashed.
Oh my
Satan
God.
got my back. Malice hold my fanny pack. I'm gonna ride a black horse. Wanna lick a girl's paw. I've been in a church. They threw me off in their porch.
So we wasted an hour of our lives reading that. Somebody spent more than it writing.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
Holy
and there's
fuck.
a second chapter. Don't forget.
Yeah, this is. We haven't even gotten to. We haven't even gotten to part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. Again, this will be all available for you, the reader, to look at for yourself. I also, at some point, want to do like a Patreon, so maybe we do like an extended edition or something and go through the whole thing. I don't know.
Sure.
But
be happy to come back and bang my head on this table.
Matt, I'm so sorry. / I regret nothing.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do I get to plug shit now?
Plug your shit.
Matt, why don't you go ahead and plug your shit?
Yeah, cool. I run a monthly show. It's called Inside Scoop, a comedy show. It runs the first Tuesday of every month at Carmela Ice Cream, which is right by the Grove. And the good thing about it is Tuesdays they have half-off ice cream there, so you can get some discount ice cream and catch a free comedy show.
And there are no chicken sandwiches.
No chicken sandwiches. I will
Wait,
be...
but what if they made like a chicken and chicken and waffle ice cream, like chicken flavored ice cream, but put it in a waffle?
They do get experimental with the flavors.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would do that. What I will say though is, while there will be no chicken sandwiches, I will be doing every show with nothing on but a leather jacket and sandals from here on out.
as you should.
The sunglasses will come and go as I please.
In your pocket. Yeah. Dan, where can people find you?
Hey guys, you can find me at Dan Grove Comedy _ on pretty much all assets of social media. And if you want to follow me on Twitch, you can follow me at Dan the Comedian _ there. And if you want to add me on PSN, Grover Loves 359. And I also run a monthly show at the Fourth Wall Comedy Cafe, known as the World Warriors of Comedy. We do it last Saturday of every month. And fun fact, Atlas is going to be on the next show we're going to be hosting. So.
Which you will hear after it's over.
Yes,
but,
unfortunately.
There we go.
But I'm sure I crushed it.
Follow me on Instagram at Matthew.Duckett.
Matthew.
I forgot to
Duckett.
plug my social, yeah.
DUC.
DUCKETT.
Okay. And then you can find me at Atlas Novak, Novack, on Twitter or Instagram. You can find this podcast at Bad Reading Pod. And thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good everything, brother.
Oh, no. Certainly did not rise.
That was the first time we had to, abridge the story.